carjackings, well, you're seeing that as an increase happen out throughout the GTA. It's devastating what's happening. It's very traumatic. People are in their vehicle, and as they're in their vehicle or next to their vehicle, then they're being approached by suspects that come to them and with a weapon, essentially asking them to get out of the vehicle, and then they take their car. But in this case, it was a violent carjacking. Usually it's not violent. Usually it's about getting the person out of the vehicle and taking control of that vehicle to be able to drive off, where the other suspects get into a secondary vehicle. And this is all plotted, and this isn't all orchestrated. We did a Y Media special report on this, where police have actually started their investigation, and they've been able to find some of these vehicles that have been carjacked at shipping yards that are being shipped away to other countries or crossing the border. This is, as we know, there's a supply chain issue when it comes to getting a vehicle. So used vehicles are actually high in demand, and they still hold now high value. So if you were to buy a vehicle, that is a depreciating asset. As you drive off a lot, usually you would lose about $7,000 on the value of a vehicle as soon as you drive off the lot when it comes to new vehicles. But because of what we've seen with chips and shortage in terms of vehicles and supply chain disruptions due to COVID and multiple other reasons, what's happened is when you want to get a new vehicle, well, it's almost next to impossible to get it right away, or you have to wait sometimes months or years to get that. And so what are dealerships doing? What are companies doing? Well, they're buying used vehicles at a premium price and a wholesale. I did it. I traded in my vehicle for a very premium price on a wholesale value. And it's something that's the case. And when it comes to parts, well, you're looking at these vehicles, whether they're being stripped for parts or being sold as whole. Well, there is a value, and therefore now you have what's taking place on the streets of the GTA and surrounding region, where you have gangs related type activity where they approach a vehicle where the person is sitting in their vehicle and with a weapon, essentially scaring the person to leave, or following a vehicle to their even home address and stealing the vehicle right out of the driveway. And this is in your face. This isn't at night where you're away from your vehicle and there's a break into your vehicle. This is like right in front of you when you're in the use of your vehicle, or you're sitting in your vehicle, or you're next to it. And so the case now, as of on Saturday at 3 a.m. At Derry Road and Huron-Ontario Street, a 15-year-old boy was arrested because it was a violent carjacking situation where the victim was in his vehicle, and around 3 a.m. it was approached by a few suspects that approached him, and they knocked on his window and told him to get out of the vehicle. He complied. He got out of the vehicle, and then he was hit in the head. He was injured in the head. He was punched in the head with injuries, resulting in minor injuries. And essentially, even though the suspects got the victim's vehicle and fled, the 15-year-old boy was then found in a Toronto area and has been arrested, and the vehicle has been recovered. But of course, it can't be named who this person is because the 15-year-old, because the Youth Criminal Justice Act, you don't disclose their name. They're under the age of 18 years old. But also, a 41-year-old person in connection with the two violent carjackings has also been arrested. So this is very traumatic. But again, you have very young people who are taking part in this criminal activity, whether it's in school or whether it's in these carjackings. So it's very significant.